This month on Doing the Most is Dry January, and on this episode of Doing the Most, we're making Switchel.
Homemade brews and very sour brews, everything from mead to roast. Big creation, fermentation, inebriation, doing the most.
Switchel.
Switchel!
Tell us about the history of Switchel.
Okay, I'll do my best. The internet is like, kind of all over the place.
It's one of the oldest non-alcoholic drinks in America.
Yeah, so it's generally, sources say it's dated to the 1700s.
Okay.
That it's also called Haymaker's punch, and it's the original electrolyte drink.
Oh, so it's the original Brondo.
Yeah.
Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
Something like that. Everybody drank it, but particularly farmers would drink it out in the fields because it was very refreshing.
All right. So it's farmer-made Powerade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to make some right now. There's
also anecdotes about it being consumed in Congress on floor of Congress mixed with some rum.
Okay. That seems right.
So,
well, the version we're making is non-alcoholic because it's Dry January.
Yes.
It is slightly fermented.
Yes, which not all versions are. Some places sell it still, because presumably some people drink it immediately after mixing it up, not necessarily letting it go a couple days.
Got it. And this is fermented with raw vinegar and ginger. Okay. So what do we need to do?
So our first step is to drizzle our honey into our thing. The ginger needs to be, it's only a 1 centimeter piece of fresh ginger.
Yeah, it's just a little sliver of ginger.
Yeah, so
I can cut that off if you want to put the honey in.
Okay.
And this recommends doing this in an open ferment situation. We're gonna not do that. We're gonna use modern brewing practices with sanitized equipment.
In more history, a lot of recipes call for molasses rather than honey or other sweeteners. I can't think of any.
So you could use molasses,
yes,
unsulfured molasses.
Which has a higher mineral content than honey, so would be more in that electrolyte spirit.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to get you a little sliver of ginger.
Did you know there's a chip here?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That came from our buddy Man-Made Mead. Okay, whatever.
Oh.
I didn't chip that one, I promise. The rest of this ginger will be in a different video.
You should show how big that ginger is.
The rest of this ginger will be in a video on an orange drink where we ferment it with a ginger bug. So check that out. It's either already been posted or will be posted at some point. So for the future. Anna bought this fancy measuring container for me a while back.
Yeah, because we wanted one that it's not etched, right? It's engraved, or it's embossed.
Yeah, it was part of the mold.
Yes,
yeah.
We want one where it wouldn't rub off.
Yeah, because so many of the American-made ones have crappy painting, painted.
Yeah. And
this one was from New Zealand.
Yeah, but it's also vintage, so I don't know that there's contemporary New Zealand ones that.
Got it. This doesn't look like very much. I guess we've got vinegar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay if it has a lot of headspace.
This is what we have.
They recommend open air fermenting it. So.
That's true. Headspace isn't going to matter, especially because this isn't. We're going to be drinking this by the end of the week.
Right. Okay. So our honey's dissolved. Yes.
Yep.
So our next step is to set it aside to cool, which I don't know why.
Yeah, it never says to heat it up.
Heat it, but whatever.
Okay.
So now we need the vinegar. So we need 2.5 fluid ounces of vinegar, or 70 milliliters.
2.5 ounces. And I shook up this vinegar before we started. There's 2.5 ounces.
Perfect. Would you like to pour, or would you like me to pour?
Go for it.
Should I use the funnel?
That's a great idea. I got you. All right, vinegar's in.
All right, and now our last step is to put in the ginger and to stir.
Put in the ginger and to stir. I think you can just swirl it though, right?
Now we're supposed to set this aside to ferment in a cool, dark place for 2 to 3 days, and then we'll come back.
It's Monday now. We'll come back on Thursday, and we'll put this in the bottle.
And we are looking for bubbles.
And the goal is for this to be basically, it is a fermented soda. What we're doing all month is fermented sodas.
Yes.
So this should be effervescent and light and refreshing.
Yeah, we'll see. Some Switchels aren't, so.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're gonna bottle this.
We're gonna bottle this.
This is a Switchel.
Yes, which is vinegar, ginger, honey, water. Do we put water in there? It doesn't matter.
Baby Most is here because she was talking loudly.
Yeah.
This bottle has been sanitized. So basically, it's bubbled a little bit. This wasn't as aggressive as the book made me believe it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You headed somewhere? So we'll see if we can get this to carbonate in the bottle. Stinks, doesn't it?
It smells vinegary, but it also smells gingery.
So I'm gonna close this.
You're gonna close it up.
So we're gonna check on this every few hours for the next 24 to 48 hours, and hopefully it becomes carbonated, and then we will taste it.
And then we'll taste it.
And if it doesn't become carbonated, that's fine because it's true to style, right?
Yeah.
We don't need this because we're just drinking some Switchel.
We're just drinking some Switchel.
America's oldest sody pop.
Oh, I don't think it was a sody pop.
America's oldest.
It's the original electrolyte drink.
The original Powerade.
Yeah, if you make it with molasses.
America.
Really.
Would you like to do the honors of opening it up? Ooh, you can even shake it up a little bit before you do.
I just turned it.
So brave of you.
Nothing happened.
I mean, it went.
Oh, I didn't hear that. There's some little bubbles.
Yeah, there's a nice little cascade of bubbles in there. There's also some chunks of ginger.
Sediment, yeah.
But it's pretty. It's got like a straw kind of.
I mean, it looks like a ginger ale.
Yeah. And you can see a nice little like bead of head around the top. All right.
It smells vinegary, but it smells gingery too.
It does.
I like that.
That's not bad.
I mean, it's the thing you don't like about kombucha. Like, it's vinegary, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's,
It kind of tastes like lemonade though.
Right, and I told you that's what they would do. Is you didn't have in North America, right? You didn't have access to lemons necessarily unless you were in Florida, Southern California, maybe, I don't know. And so they'd use apple cider vinegar to make it tart. And
This is actually refreshing. It's good. It's tart, slightly gingery, a little bit of sweetness in there. I guess that was honey, right? That was in there.
Which you could make it with molasses. Traditionally, it was made with molasses.
This is a win. I think this is better than the cider that we made.
It's definitely more interesting than the cider we made. The cider was definitely one note, very appley. It was cool. But flavor-wise, I think part of it, we like acidic drinks, though.
Yeah.
So we're like...
Well, you know, people drink apple cider vinegar for like health reasons, probiotics, to break up kidney stones, things like that. This, honestly, is a very refreshing way of getting your dose of apple cider vinegar.
Well, and I think I told you, it's trendy right now. Switchel, little to our knowledge before we started this project,
Look at us.
is trendy because of the medicinal health properties of apple cider vinegar.
Hashtag Switchel. All right. Well, you know how to follow us and join our Discord and all those things. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, you can hit that subscribe button down there below this video and ring that bell for notifications on new content. And make some Switchel. I might be a Switchel convert. Until next time, happy brewing, happy non-alcoholic brewing, and cheers.